Well, isn't that a beauty? Yeah. So this is a early 20th century two-pipe steam system. And it is a Moline. So it just has the valve here, and this is where the restriction occurs. It's built into the Moline. And that's an on-off to enable the system to be worked on, or the radiator to be worked on, if the coal was still burning. You could then isolate the radiator. Let's go down to the boiler room. There's another shot there. So there's the boiler. Somebody used a mega press for the most part to put it in a welded header. Today what we did was install an old school 16-ounce mercury style thermostat, and we've set it to work at about 8 ounces. There's the internal siphon gauge, which of course is completely useless, and internal siphon just basically means it's going to fail. There's the emergency pressure control, the manual reset, and I've set it down to about 2 pounds. What it actually works at, I'm not sure, and it's on a steel pigtail. We have a T on there which we can use to blow through and make sure that this is clear as this. So we've got a area where we can mount a low pressure gauge, but we got some water hammer. So and also this system does go into a vacuum, which may destroy the low pressure gauge. So we want to, when we have a temporary unit there. There's our sight glass, rebuilt, and there's our blowdown on there. Got the VXT. This was installed by others. They couldn't get the solenoid in a good position, so they just mounted it with 2 screws there, and they took out that back screw because they had reversed the flow. And kind of, I'll put that on in a bit. There we are. Yeah, so that's what it looks like there. It's the gas train. It'd be really nice if they could get this on low, high, low, but I don't think that's approved with this gas train and this manufacturer. There's the Hartford loop put in with ProPress by others, and there's the return. And let me get a shot of the Moline system there. That's like a float trap, and patented in 1915. We've got a Gorton on there now. Normally what was on there would be a vacuum vent. They had thought it was a return trap, and so they had actually tied it into the steam. So we, first time we were here, we put that valve on there to isolate this, because steam was getting right in there and just shutting the, I think it was a Hoffman 75 that was on there originally. We got that replaced. The other thing about the Moline is the vacuum injection system. So what happens here, let's see if I can get a good shot. This is the end of the main. This is the end of the one of the steam mains. And the steam goes up through there and into that special fitting, which is an orifice and it sprays the steam across like a venturi, which induces a vacuum on the end of this dry return. Now that steam is then essentially condensing all the way around and winds up here back at this Moline, I guess you'd call it a vent trap. Not sure. This went to something, again, we're really not 100% up on these Molines. And this is the end of the dry return here. And these are the ends of the mains. There's someone had put traps here, which really weren't necessary, and put vents, which were squirting water. So we've essentially gutted these traps and just to allow the water to return unimpeded back to the boiler. Now we've got a small section of underground main here, a wet return right there, which we're going to keep an eye on. And that's really it. Still got some hammering at the end of these mains, which is annoying to everybody. But it's properly pitched as far as we can tell. And there just may be debris in these lines. So that is where we're at here. This is the old Vaporstat, which we removed. That was only a 4-pound Vaporstat there, which was then adding way too much pressure to the system. It's cycling now. It needs at least 4 ounces to get the steam to flow. Otherwise, the boiler starts short cycling. And after about an hour and a half or 2 hours, the steam eventually gets into the dry return and gets to the Gorton, and it starts cycling at about 6 ounces. So far, we're teasing through all the various issues. There are a few radiators that aren't heating as well as we would like. There's a few areas where they've modified the dry return and it's got some pitch problems. And we're going to have to tease through it as we go along. But hey, anybody that's got any information on the Molines and any suggestions on how we can help this customer further, I am all ears. And I thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.